Greetings, everyone, and welcome to the 2021 Combined Federal Campaign, also known as the CFC. So every fall, postal workers and military personnel, federal employees, and our federal retirees come together to raise funds and awareness for thousands of charities. And it is a global effort, a point of pride that is made possible by the CFC volunteers who drive the campaign across our federal agencies, and by you, the federal workers who open your hearts and your wallets to give whatever you can. Thank you. This year, the CFC celebrates its 60th anniversary. Since its founding, the campaign has raised more than $8.5 billion for over 20,000 local, national, and international nonprofit organizations. Today, it is the largest annual campaign for workplace charity in the world. And you have donated in response to some of our world's most urgent needs: hurricane cleanup and winter storm recovery, food insecurity, and girls' education. Last year, CFC opened a special funding period to support organizations providing relief during COVID-19. All told, federal workers gave more than $2.5 million. It is truly a testament to your sense of purpose that you did this at a time when so many of you were experiencing your own hardships due to the pandemic. But that is who you are. As federal workers, you have dedicated yourselves to careers of service. You make a habit of going above and beyond. And I know this year will be no different. This CFC season, you may choose to give over the course of the year through payroll deductions, or make a one-time contribution, or volunteer your time. Whatever you do, know that you will be carrying on the proud tradition of generations of federal workers who have stepped up for our communities, our country, and our world. Again, thank you for all that you do. May God bless you, and may God bless America.
The CFC is the official workplace giving campaign for federal employees and retirees. Overseen by the Office of Personnel Management, also known as OPM, the mission of the CFC is to promote and support philanthropy through a program that is employee-focused, cost-efficient, and effective in providing federal employees the opportunity to improve the quality of life for all. The CFC is one of the largest and most successful workplace fundraising campaigns in the world. And this year, the CFC celebrates its 60th anniversary. The members of the federal community go beyond their call to public service by contributing to the thousands of charities that work to improve the quality of life for all.
Hello, I'm General Mark Milley here with SEAC Colon Lopez.
The combined federal campaign gives you the opportunity to make a difference for a cause you care about and to help those in need.
You have an opportunity to help organizations that improve the lives of our fellow Americans.
Contact your local CFC coordinator to find out more about a charity of your choice.
Continue to take care of one another and focus on the mission. We're proud of you and all the members of our joint force who serve with distinction and honor around the world.
Thank you for your service to our country.
Every fall, the Combined Federal Campaign gives us an opportunity to help those in need. When you choose to support a charitable organization through CFC, you are improving the lives of people around the world each and every day. During this 60th anniversary of the Combined Federal Campaign, I ask you to support a cause you care about. Together, we can make a difference in the lives of so many in need.
Fellow Guardians, you embody the Space Force's motto, Semper Supra, always above, through your dedicated service of protecting our nation. This fall, you can continue to uphold that motto by participating in the Combined Federal Campaign. Your contributions support charitable organizations that are also going above and beyond every day for their communities. Through the CFC, you can support charities as they work hard to positively impact lives in your local community, throughout the nation, and around the world. This year, during the 60th anniversary of the CFC, consider giving your support to a cause that has impacted your life or the lives of those around you. Maybe you have supported CFC in the past, or perhaps this will be the first year you give. Regardless, I invite you to join me in supporting the causes that are most important to you through the 2021 CFC.
Thank you to our leaders for providing us with encouragement and support of the combined federal campaign. The South Central Virginia and Albemarle Bay covers outreach in both Virginia and North Carolina. Collectively, in 2020, we raised over $1.5 million. Our hope is the stories you see and hear today will inspire you to be the face of change. The reasons we give, how we give, and where we give will each be unique. So you might be wondering why giving through the CFC. There are three main reasons. You can give through payroll deduction, which helps you give a little each month and adds up over the course of the year. You can give to multiple charities with one donation and even pledge volunteer hours. And of course, the biggest reason of all is that we give together. All our donations add up to a lot.
I'm Will Shafroth, President and CEO of the National Park Foundation. The National Park Foundation raises private money to support programs and projects that the Park Service couldn't otherwise do on its own. For instance, we are restoring the Yellowstone cutthroat trout in Yellowstone National Park. We are working to build trails in Yosemite National Park. These are the things that wouldn't otherwise happen but for private philanthropy. We're also working to interpret our nation's history and culture, including that of African Americans. We've recently made investments to acquire the birth and life homes of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. In Atlanta. We're also working around establishment of the Harriet Tubman National Historic Trail and other places that tell the story of the contributions of African Americans in our country. We're also doing that with the Latino community, the work that we've helped to support around Cesar Chavez's cabin in the Central Valley of California and places like the Missions in San Antonio. These are important stories that tell us about contributions of communities that have not been told in sufficient ways, and the national parks are the perfect place to do that. My own experience during the pandemic was I needed to get out in a place like this right here at Fletcher's Cove, which is along the C&O Canal in Washington, D.C. I rode my bike along here to really reconnect with nature. And most people don't know there's a national park probably a lot closer to you than you think. There are many national park sites in most major cities of the United States, that many of which focus on history and culture of our country and allow us to connect with our past. They're not all big Western national parks. Many of them are in our own backyards. And one of the great things about national parks that I think we all experience is awe and wonder. And I think we're really fortunate to have this collection of 423 places all over our nation that provide us this refuge in the outdoors and our connection to our past. Federal employees understand the value of public service and the importance of giving back to our country in many ways. And I think that our national parks are one great place to do that. When we're standing on the overlook of the Grand Canyon, we get a sense of our place in the universe. When we see the bed that Dr. Martin Luther King slept on as a young child, we realize that we all come from the same place. We experience time with family in national parks that connects us to each other and to a common place and a common heritage. National parks can bring us all together. They really serve as our common ground as a nation. And it's important that we all feel like we're a part of them. If you love these places and you experience these places by yourself or with your family, consider giving back to the combined federal campaign.
I'm Craig Laskowski. I was a Marine for 20 years and retired as a first sergeant. I had a trouble transition into civilian life after I went to Iraq. And when I finally retired and got out of the military, I had a really hard time trying to find friends and fit back in. I had a big problem with alcohol at the time, and because of my surgeries, they were pushing all kinds of painkillers on me. So it shut me down, made me stay inside the house. I was having a lot of anxiety and flashbacks. If I went to the store, I was having problems at the store. It was kind of chaos for me with people going around. I knew that I was wanting a service dog, and what we were looking for is an organization that would actually help us not only give you the dog, but do that follow-on training.
It's hard to quantify the impact a service dog has on the life of a veteran or a first responder. My name is Nikki Charles. I'm the Executive Director at Hero Dogs. Our mission is to improve quality of life and restore independence to our nation's heroes by raising, training, and placing service dogs and other highly skilled canines free of charge with lifetime support of the partnerships.
I was matched with Hunter in 2019. We went to the orientation, and lo and behold, Hunter was here. As soon as I walked in, he jumped up and came to the gate, came over and he sat by me the whole time during our interview. So he kind of found me. I had that instant connection with him as soon as he came up to that fence, and I wanted him to, as my service dog the whole time.
What makes us unique is our intensive training model and our lifetime support of the partnerships. The dogs can be taught to interrupt traumatic triggers. We have dogs that will wake people from nightmares. These dogs are actually saving their lives.
When I get anxious and if I tap my foot, he'll come react and cross my arms. So he can tell if I'm nervous. He's with me every second. He actually allows me to open up my world.
One of the great benefits of participating in CFC is that money comes in unrestricted and allows us to fill the gaps that we would potentially have in our budget every year, if not for those donations.
Take that, bring. Yes.
We also have a huge volunteer population, about 125 to 150 really engaged volunteers working with our dogs daily.
The best thing about my service dog is he allows me to interact with people without the stress and anxiety. He has been phenomenal to me. I just can't think of living without him. It kind of opened up my world and let me go back out.
My name is Trina Redmond, and I am a CFC supporter. This is my mom, Mildred, and she's a retired postal worker. Honestly, I don't know where I would be today without her. I have a skill that I can use at any point in my life. I can always turn back to this special talent that I have thanks to her. Growing up, my experience was interesting because I had to do things that a lot of other children didn't have to do, which was to interpret for my parents. I remember when I was younger, my mom would get involved with protests for deaf rights and deaf advocacy. And one in particular was with a major news station here in the city, and they were not providing closed captioning so that they would have access to what's happening on the news. And seeing that helped me to realize, wow, there's a lot of work to be done out here. I learned about the CFC as a kid when my mom was working at the post office, and it just happened to be one of those days when I went with her to her job because she needed me to interpret something to someone. And there were activities going on there, and I was like, ooh, what's this? It looks so fun. And as I got older, I found out more about the campaign, and it's interesting now that I'm a government worker myself that the CFC has revisited my life. Through these charitable organizations, things have changed a great deal because of their advocacy. And children that are coming along now don't have to experience life the way that I did as a kid. No matter who you are or where you are in life, either you or someone very close to you have had to rely on a charity for one reason or another. And it's just a matter of thinking about what are the things in life that are important to you. And for me, it's charities that promote the advancement of the deaf community. And going through the CFC is an easy way for me to support these organizations. And I know the money is going to a great cause.
Isaac Anthony. I'm a Staff Sergeant in the United States Marine Corps. I was born and raised in St. Thomas, U.S. Virgin Islands. I joined the U.S. military at the age of 18. I joined the Marine Corps to follow my uncle's footsteps, serve the country, help others in need, as well as to see how far I can go in my life. Through the Marine Corps, I've met many different people, both good and bad. I've seen many cultures, many countries. All the places I've traveled, the work I got to do in Senegal has been one of my best experiences. The people there are amazing. One of the main interactions I had while I was in Senegal was a clinic. The clinic, it helped out sick children, adults. Malaria and many other diseases were rampant throughout that country. And the people who came to the clinic were usually sick kids. I got to interact with the children, help them out the best way I can. One of the best moments of us helping out the Senegalese in the clinic was through the Toys for Tots with the Marines. The experience of giving the toys to the children at the clinic was it was moving actually. It was really nice. You can do something to help somebody else, and what impact you have on them can be meaningful. It can change their day. It can make it go from good to bad. It's important to give back to the CFC because it provides you with different opportunities in which you can help others. You can be the change maker in someone's life. Seeing the results from your actions on another person's life, no words can actually describe how great that can actually feel.
Some people might say it takes an extraordinary person to care enough to give, but it's more common than you think, and it's easy. Anyone can be a change maker with the help of the CFC. It's just another dimension to who we already are in our personal and professional lives. Change makers like you are vital to the success of the campaign and will bring help and hope to millions of people as monetary and volunteer pledges to support the mission of the thousands of participating charities. Together, through the CFC, our gifts have an even greater impact, positively changing countless lives around the world. Be on the lookout for other ways to give back this year, whether it's through giving, volunteering, or engaging at events, sharing your story, or thanking our charities. You can learn more and get started on your changemaker journey at givecfc.org. Thank you everyone for joining us today.